Hi guys, how's it going? It's Dragon Ball AG here with part 5 and my final part of my mini-series on how to improve Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Parts 1 to 4 can be found in the description below. The final part of the series is what inspired me to make the series in the first place, and I'm going to talk about adding in a brand new mode to the game called Team Building Challenges. Now bear with me here, the idea came from squad building challenges in FIFA. I used to play a lot of FIFA before I got really into Dokkan, and by far my favourite thing to do was squad building challenges. So how do squad building challenges work? Well, the idea is you try to exchange an entire team of players, as you can see in this sort of example screenshot I've taken from FIFA squad building challenges modes here, and you get rewards. So over here you can see for exchanging this team of 11 players, we get a reward of Prime Gold Players Packs. Now, one of the things you have to do in order to get the rewards, you have to submit a team that meets the following criteria. So here, like the criteria here, you had to have 9 different leagues. Okay, um, all your players, you can only use players from the same league, maximum of 2. You have to have 5 rare players. So these the sort of shiny golder color cards here is the 5 rare players. So that's like the equivalent of in Dokkan maybe like having a UR. And the team overall rating had to be 79, so that's like the equivalent of team cost in Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So we'd have to have like a team cost requirements. Team chemistry, there's not really anything here that is equivalent in Dokkan for team chemistry. And here it says the number of players in the squad you're exchanging has to be 11, so a full football team. So in Dokkan, we'd probably have a team of 6. So how could this work for Dokkan? So here's my example of how it would work for Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So we've got a reward here for the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku Dokkan Fest. So my idea would be how it would work in practice is that you'd have to exchange a full team of 6 different fighters that meet certain different categories. So here we've got, this is basically, we would call this like the Super Saiyan upgrade. So you get a Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku by trading in a full team of Super Saiyans. So you get basically here we got have to make sure that they all have Super Saiyan 1 categories, which all these characters all have the Super Saiyan 1 category. They must have 2 Goku family members, so we've ticked that box off with this Goku here, this free-to-play Goku. And we've also got the Super Saiyan Goten, this AGL one, having to have 2 Vegeta families members, which we ticked this off by having, the Super Saiyan Kid Trunks here and this Vegeta Jr., or we could have had the LR Trunks. The team cost has to be greater than 200, which we've ticked that off here because we've got a team cost of 225. Must have 2 rainbowed ultra rares. So there we go, ticking that off with this Super Saiyan Goku and his Jar Jar outfit and the Vegeta Jr. being TUR'd. And you must have a team of 6. So clearly we've got a complete team of 6 and we've met all the criterias. And if you exchange all these units, we could get a reward here of this new Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku that came out for the part of the Goku Day celebration over in Global a couple of months ago at the beginning of May. So I think this would be a great way, to obtain new units and give purpose to all these old SSRs like the Goten here, like this, this Goten and this Trunks that are just probably sitting in people's boxes, not being used at all. And also, and it would also benefit people like who is a long time players like myself. If you got extra dupes, lots of extra dupes, you could actually get rid of these extra dupes out of your box. So here I've got Super Saiyan Gogeta here. This is like my 4th copy of this Super Saiyan Strength Gogeta. So this would be a great idea for me. If I could exchange all these kind of older or these extra SSR units to actually then get the units I want or special units. The rewards one of the things I would say about this mode in FIFA, when I played a lot of this in FIFA here, the squad building challenges was definitely one of the funnest modes, and you could spend literally hours trying to make the teams up, just because you're trying to meet these kind of conditions, and they could be really difficult to try and get them. So obviously, I'm hoping if they introduce this into Dokkan as well, the team building challenges could also bring a lot of hours worth of gameplay trying to build a team of 6. I think because it's a team of 6 instead of a team of 11, like in a football team, it would be actually easier to do slightly. It would all, yeah. So that's the thing. And in terms of the rewards, so the more hardening the challenges would be, the rewards would go up. in terms of like the overall quality, but I was thinking the rewards could be Hercule statues, you could get Elder Kais, we could get tickets for like the 5th anniversary ticket summons, you could get Dragon Stones, or you can actually get units like Dokkan Festival units if you made these really, really difficult to achieve. So I think that would also help players who are trying to target specific units, and it would really be great benefit to free-to-play players because they've only got limited number of the stones. They can't just throw loads of stones at the banners. So this would be a funner way of trying to target the units they specifically want. Yep. So we go on to the next slide here. Sorry, we're going back to FIFA again, and I want to apologise again for this being in German. It was the only slide I could find that best represented what I wanted to speak about, but it was German. I did find another screenshot, but it was really low quality, so kind of stuck with the German one. So the idea behind this mode is that you could actually, if you completed all 4 of these challenges here, what we'd actually get is you could get an icon card in FIFA. This for the icon. Ruud Gullit was kind of like a famous football player, Dutch football player in the late 80s and early 90s, most famously for his role in playing for the AC Milan sides of the 90s. That was a really dominant side in the early 90s in Europe, for those of you who follow football. So, yeah, so what you had to do here was exchange a bronze team, which is like the equivalent of, I guess, non-rare and rare cards on Dokkan. You had to exchange a team completely made up of silver players, which is quite the equivalent of SR type players. And then you had to exchange a team of gold players, which is like SSRs and above. And then you had to exchange another icon. So an icon in FIFA is like the equivalent of a legendary rare in Dokkan, I would say. So in order to do that, so you get that. So what would actually happen here is you get this specific icon if you've done all 4 of these different team building challenges, with one of them being exchanging an LR, or equivalent of an LR in FIFA. So how would this work on Dokkan as an example? So let's have a look at this. So LR Jiren is the brand new unit that is the number 1, LR unit in terms of performance. So this would be happen if we tried to say we could set up, if you did all 4 of these different challenges here, you could get yourself 1 copy of the LR Jiren. So for example, you completed this Universe 11 challenge, whatever that would be, you'd work your way by completing a Universe 11 challenge, which would be like submitting a team full of just Universe 11 or Universe 11 characters. Then you'd have one here where you just got like tournament power challenges. Then one would be for the Universe 7 challenge, because obviously that was the main threat to Universe 11 in the tournament of power. And then the other example is you'd have to exchange 1 LR to actually be able to get this. So exchanging the LR to me isn't actually as big a deal as it first sounds to a player. A player might be like, well, I've got legendary rares, I don't want to get rid of them. But if you think about it, you do have there's quite a few free-to-play LRs that you could then grind up again. So you could exchange an LR, right, that you didn't want, or like a free-to-play one like the LR Goku, and then you could go back and do the actual event again. So it would also give you something extra to do because you could go back and do the grinding again to get LR Goku or another, free-to-play LR, and then you also get the reward of the new LR Jiren. So this would be, I think, in my opinion, this would be great if you were like free to play and you could work through what LR you actually want, because you'd obviously get a kind of, the idea this worked in FIFA was you kind of had one of these set of challenges for all icons, and so it'd be the same idea here in Dokkan. You'd get one of these type of events, so doing all these team building challenges for every single LR that you can possibly get. I reckon the challenges would be probably extremely difficult since you'd be working towards getting like top tier units. As a result, you probably need to summon on the banners to still get the units it needs. So that means like you'll still be using your stones, so then Bandai wouldn't actually be losing out because in order to get all the units you need to complete a challenge, you're probably going to have to then go summon a lot to get the units that you need to complete these challenges, which then means you're spending your stones, which then also means you're still helping out Bandai as well if you're a pay to play player. The other thing that they had in FIFA was they had upgrades team squad building challenges. So what you did here was you could exchange an entire team of bronze players and you could upgrade it to silver players You get like 2 silver players as a result of exchanging it. You then can also exchange an entire team of silver type players, and you usually get like 2 players that were gold tier. And then you could also exchange an entire team of gold players to get higher end rated gold players. So we could do a similar thing, I think, as well in Dokkan, where if you took all your non-rare characters that you get from doing the friend point summon, if you exchange an entire team of 11, you could get a couple of, like a special type summon that gives you a couple of rare units. Then you could also do the same thing again, exchange an entire team full of rares, and then you could also get a couple of SRs, and then exchange an entire team worth of SRs, and then you could also, which would give you like an SSR unit guaranteed type multi, an SSR guaranteed unit tickets type summon. So you could always do these different upgrades, so you could get like SSR units. I think this would be really great because it would give actually a purpose to your friend points, first of all, because then you'd actually use your friend points to get your non-rares. And then all the rares that you get and all the SRs you get from your banners, because I'm sure for most players they just sit in the box and they don't do anything whatsoever. So this way you can actually give a purpose to using rare units by using these exchanges to then do upgrades to then get SSR units. So I think that'd be a really neat way to make use of rare characters and SR rated characters to actually get them out of people's boxes and not just be baba food every time you get them. Because every time I summon do a multi-summon, if I get, maybe I get 2 SSRs on the multi-summon, the rest of them are going to be a combination of rares or they're going to be a combination of SRs, and the first thing I do is go straight into the Baba shop and just Baba them to get extra Baba points, and I've got like probably over like 1,000,000 Baba points now, and I don't have any purpose for it whatsoever. So that's all I want to say on this new mode, this idea. Let me know your thoughts in your comments if you thought it was a good idea of this mode about having team building challenges. Personally, for me, I think team building challenges would be really, really fun new mode because it's going to be a bit of a challenge trying to put the different teams together. I think you could get really good rewards from it, which would be good for players. So it would reward players for completing these team building challenges. And you also could be a good way to get rid of, give a sort of purpose to the rare units and the SR units again. So I think this would be a really good mode. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and the rest of the series, all the other 4 parts. Like I said, all parts 1 to 4 will be in the description below. Please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for all my latest contents. You can also follow me on Twitter at Dragonball AG to keep up to date with my latest videos and thoughts on everything Dragon Ball. See you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.